Good morning, students. I'm Mrs. Morano from Draper 2. I'm a fourth grade teacher there. Today we're going to continue our respiratory system lessons. Please make sure you complete lesson 4 review questions before you start this lesson. Moving on to our lesson, everybody touch the word attack. We're touching column 1. First word, alveoli. What word? Yes, alveoli. Next word, alveolar. What word? Yes, alveolar. Next word, capillaries. What word? Yes, capillaries. First word, what word? Get ready? Yes, alveoli. Next word, what word? Get ready? Yes, alveolar. Last word, what word? Get ready? Yes, capillaries. Top, bottom, top. Get ready? Alveoli, alveolar, capillaries, capillaries, alveolar, alveoli. Whew, that was a tongue twister. Touch column 2. First word, hemoglobin. What word? Yes, hemoglobin. Next word, oxygen. What word? Yes, oxygen. Last word, carbon dioxide. What words? Yes, carbon dioxide. Touch first word. First word, what word? Get ready? Yes, hemoglobin. Next word, what word? Get ready? Yes, oxygen. Last word, what word? Get ready? Yes, carbon dioxide. Top, bottom, top. Ready? Hemoglobin, oxygen, carbon dioxide, oxygen, hemoglobin. This class is outstanding, outstanding. 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 Oh, snap. Everybody touch the vocabulary touch. Your first word is capillaries. What word? Yes, capillaries. Capillaries are the tiniest of blood vessels. What are the tiniest of blood vessels, class? Think, ready? Yes, capillaries. Your next word is hemoglobin. What word? Yes, hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is a protein that helps deliver oxygen to cells and remove carbon dioxide from cells. What is the protein that helps deliver oxygen and remove carbon dioxide from cells? Class, think, ready? Yes, hemoglobin. So today we're going to be talking more about the gas exchange that takes place in the alveoli. With every single breath you take, air fills millions of alveoli, and each single alveoli has a mesh-like covering of very small blood vessels called capillaries. Called what? Yes, capillaries. These capillaries are so tiny that the cells in your blood have to line up almost like an army in order to just get through them. So when we inhale, the oxygen moves from the alveoli to the blood through the capillaries that have lined up. Once in the bloodstream, a molecule called hemoglobin, called what? Yes, hemoglobin. This is a protein molecule in our red blood cells that pick up the oxygen. This then oxygen-rich blood travels and flows to the heart, and it pumps it through the arteries to the oxygen-hungry tissues throughout the body. So from our lungs, once we have that hemoglobin bringing that oxygen to our red blood cells, then that goes straight to our heart to be pumped out through that left ventricle to the rest of the body and through the aorta or the arteries. When it's time to exhale, which means breathe out, everything happens in reverse. Now the diaphragm says, time to move, get out, and it relaxes, and remember, it moves back up, pushing air out of your lungs, and then your rib muscles become relaxed, your ribs move back in again, and it creates a smaller space in your chest. Your cells have now used the oxygen they needed, and your blood is carrying carbon dioxide and waste that needs to leave your body. The blood comes back through the capillaries and the waste and enter the alveoli. Then you breathe them out in the reverse order of how they came in. Air goes through the bronchioles, out the bronchi, out the trachea, and finally out of your mouth and nose. The air that you breathe out not only contains waste and carbon dioxide, but it's warm. I want you to go ahead and take your hand in front of your face and just breathe on it. Does it feel warm or cold? Yes, warm. As air travels through your body, it picks up heat along the way. And you feel this when you put your hand in front of your face and breathe on it. How many of you have ever been out in the freezing cold and you take your hands and you breathe in them because it feels warm? But that's what's happening. It also picks up that heat as it's traveling through your body. How many of you have wondered why you yawn? Sometimes people have missed that yawns are contagious, things like that. But we actually yawn because when we're sleepy or drowsy or at rest, the lungs do not need enough or take enough oxygen from the air. They don't need it. So they're not taking enough oxygen, which causes a shortage of oxygen in our bodies. If you've ever gone running, you know you're breathing harder, so you need more oxygen, you're taking in more oxygen, right? Nobody is yawning when they're running typically, right? So when we're sitting though, We don't need to breathe as much. Our heart's not moving as fast. We don't need as much oxygen. But then our body senses that shortage of oxygen in our bodies. And so the brain senses this and sends a message that causes you to take a deep, long breath. Called a yawn. Called a what? A yawn. All right, you're going to go ahead and do your lesson 4 homework questions. Number 1, what molecule in red blood cells picks up oxygen? That's that protein molecule we talked about. Number 2, what gas do we breathe out? What is the waste product gas that we breathe out? Number 3, what are the tiny air sacs in the lungs called? Remember, if we spread them out, we could fill a whole tennis court. Number 4, oxygen is taken from the alveoli into the smallest of blood vessels called the think. And number 5, what do you think would happen if the alveoli sacs were damaged due to cigarette smoking? A very interesting question. Okay, good luck on your homework. I will see you next time.